What is it that takes a good course and makes it truly great? Is it the professor, the subject matter, maybe how it's all laid out? Well, we're about to find out. We're going to dig into some real student feedback from a couple of university courses that scored, near perfect ratings. Together, we're going to uncover the blueprint for what teaching excellence really looks like. Let's jump in.
It all starts with this number. Look at that, 8.98 out of 10. That's the average rating from 94 students for a course on business analytics. Now, a score that high, that's incredibly rare. You just don't see that. And for us, it's the first big clue that something really special was going on in that classroom.
So this is the central question we're tackling today. What are the ingredients for a near-perfect course? What's the secret sauce? We're going to comb through the data, the ratings, and the students' own words to build a kind of blueprint that shows us what this level of teaching excellence is all about.
Okay, first things first. Before we can get into the why, we got to take a look at the what. These top-line numbers are going to set the stage for us and just show you the kind of consistently high standard we're dealing with here.
And get this wasn't some one-off success. We're talking about the same instructor teaching two totally different, pretty complex subjects, data visualization and business analytics, and just knocking it out of the park in both. When you see such high ratings from that many students across two different courses, you know it's not a fluke. We're looking at a repeatable pattern of excellence.
So where does this all begin? You might think it starts with some big, charismatic performance, but the data tells a different story. Greatness starts with something much more fundamental, a solid plan. A great course is, first and foremost, built on a really strong foundation.
Just look at these scores. Students gave incredibly high marks for the course structure and for having clear objectives. Think about that. They knew exactly what they were supposed to be learning and how all the different pieces were going to fit together. That kind of clarity gets rid of all the confusion and lets students just focus on the material itself.
And you don't have to take my word for it. The students' own words back this up completely. As one of them put it, the course structure was really good. Good breakdown of topics. See, that's not just some generic praise. That's specific feedback showing that the careful organization, the way things were broken down, made a real, tangible difference for them.
But, a solid structure is just the foundation. It's the skeleton. The professor, that's the X factor. That's what elevates a course from being just well-designed to being truly memorable. And this data, it paints a really clear picture of what made this particular instructor so effective. First up, a staggering 9.21 for subject knowledge. This is absolute mastery. Students felt, overwhelmingly, that their instructor was a deep, deep expert in the field.
But here's the thing. Expertise isn't enough, right? The professor also scored a 9.16 for showing genuine interest in their students' learning. And that is the crucial difference between someone who just lectures and a real teacher. It's about caring that the knowledge is actually landing.
And to complete the picture, a 9.1 for enthusiasm. When you have an expert who genuinely cares and is also passionate about the subject, well, that energy is totally contagious. This is the trifecta that defines great teaching: expertise, empathy, and enthusiasm. So what did this powerful combination actually feel like in the room? Students pointed to great teaching and analogies, and how really complex ideas were explained in simple terms. What even called the professor a storyteller. And that's the art, isn't it? Making deep expertise feel accessible and totally engaging.
Now, of course, no course is perfect, and honest feedback is a gift. So let's take a look inside the student mind to see not just what they love the most, but also where they saw opportunities for the course to get even stronger. So, what did students really value the most? Well, if I had to sum it up in one word, it would be application. They loved the real-life examples, the hands-on labs, and they even mentioned things like supplemental audio files for revision. The message from them was loud and clear. They valued doing, not just listening.
But they also offered some really thoughtful, constructive feedback. Take this quote. It starts, "He is an excellent teacher," but then adds, "However, engagement is something that can be done better. Could make it more interactive." Just notice the respect in that. It's not a complaint, it's a suggestion for how to make something great even better, built on a foundation of real admiration. So, when you synthesize all these suggestions, three really clear themes emerge. First, pacing. Some students felt it was a little fast, others wanted it to be more fast-paced. That's a classic teaching challenge. Second, a desire for a bit more interactivity in class. And third, requests for more materials, like slides and data files, to help them with their studies.
Okay, so after digging through the scores, the praise, and all the suggestions, what's the big takeaway here? Let's try to distill everything we've just learned into a simple formula for what makes an exceptional course.
At its heart, an exceptional learning experience is really this. It's a perfect marriage of design and delivery. It's a course that has a clear, logical structure, but it's brought to life by an instructor who is an expert, a passionate storyteller, and, this is key, someone who actively listens to their audience.
You can actually break this down into 4 actionable steps. Step 1, build a clear blueprint. Start with that solid structure. Step 2, master and motivate. Combine your deep knowledge with genuine passion. Step 3, make it real. Use stories and hands-on stuff to make it stick. And finally, and this is so crucial, step 4, create a feedback loop. Constantly listen, learn, and adapt.
And this leaves us with one final big question. Because this formula, it's not just for university professors, right? Whether you're training a new colleague at work, giving a presentation, or heck, even just explaining an idea to a friend, how can you apply this blueprint of structure, passion, application, and feedback to make your own teaching truly exceptional?